On today's episode of Watch Jericho, we are back with the Pontiac Aztek. And yesterday, of course, Josh and I got the transmission out of it. Today, we put one back in it. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Jericho, and like I said, we are here with my 2004 Pontiac Aztek that now has the engine just exposed. So, today, we're going to grab that transmission there, throw it on the lift, put it back up in here and start bolting it together, and hopefully just get this thing like completely ready to go in one day. It turns out I don't have the brakes in stock. I was really close. I have a Ray-Besto 697. You need a 698. So we're headed back to O'Reilly's to pick up some brakes, and we gotta do a little wheel hub swapping, and we're about there. Like, we are making good progress. I just need to get that wheel hub done probably right now. It's a good place to start. Looks like just 3 bolts once we pull the CV off. Again, we have this massive box from O'Reilly's, and somewhere in here are 2 more axle nut sockets that I didn't have because I have most sizes. It's one of those. Is it that one? Wow.
50% chance.
I handed you the right one on purpose. All right, well, let's hit that with the giant impact, and I assume it'll come right off. Go for it. Don't twist my hand off. Wow, that worked way too well. It didn't even budge the CV.
No, I was expecting a lot. That was kind of a letdown.
I was waiting on my wrist to get wrapped up in that. All right, so we'll throw the nut back on, hit that with the sledgehammer a couple times. Oh, you're just gonna use your pure force?
My good looks.
I got a new sledgehammer here, which will make this a lot of fun. Oh, look at that. It worked.
It worked.
Your good looks actually, I didn't even get it on there.
I scared it out.
It is Halloween, so like everything seems to work just
Still
fine.
pretty tight.
Yeah. All right, all that's left is popping off this here brake rotor and caliper, and we can do a quick wheel hub swap. So
Caliper's already loose, remember?
oh yeah.
I was thinking ahead.
Yep, you are ahead of the game. There's the bracket.
Yeah, it's definitely time for pads.
Oh man, there's no pad left. We just keep finding more and more fun things on this car. See how fast we can get this wheel hub out.
Can you get the brake caliper bracket also?
Okay.
Oh.
15. I'm surprised the little impact is doing all of this.
Just a little guy. Oh, now you spoke too soon. You're going to add that extension.
It doesn't have the power after the extension.
Lose your torques.
Yep.
No more torques.
Look, man, we're not gonna lose. You just change the size of the Milwaukee. The logo gets bigger, more things happen faster. Wow, those rotors are pretty toast too. We have to stop on this car somewhere.
Yeah.
I bet they're cheap though.
The inside is missing a lot less than the outside.
It sure is.
Which means the caliper's probably dragging.
The whole car is probably shot. All right, we need to send this with a either large pry bar or a huge sledgehammer, one of the two.
Ooh. Can I pick?
Yep, go for it. I see you going for the hammer. Interesting choice. Hey, wow, that's coming right out. Whoa, that was so easy. Why was it so fast? All right, let's swap in our brand new one. That took all of 3 minutes since it's all apart. We got our brand new one right here. This is a Master Pro 513187. Getting this thing started. Seems like we're good. Oh, that new bearing feel. All right, we'll get the torque wrench out now and torque it before we send it home, and then make sure you put this bracket back on that holds the... How does it hold it? Like that? Like that. Gotta be like that. Anyway, this holds on that ABS sensor. Another exciting turn of events over here. This hub feels good, but this brake rotor does not feel good. As you can see, there's a chunk missing out of it. That never happens. So that's pretty wild. We're gonna replace that rotor, get some brakes.
That's where they ground them to balance it. They take a little metal off.
Oh, and it broke because it got so thin.
Jeez, yeah, look at that lip.
We're finding all kinds of interesting things today.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I don't think that's turnable.
No, that's trash. we're throwing that one away. This is one of the pads that came out of that side. It's to the metal on one end and still thick on the other end, if you can see that. Pretty wild. And of course, that was the back, and the front looks amazing because those calipers are hurting. Brakes are going back together with new rotors, totally lubed up pins with this stuff here, which is an awesome lube for those brake pins. And of course, I'm headed outside to spray those with our disc brake quiet. And there's our new accessory belt that's gonna go on as well. We wanted to stop a long time ago, but this car, unfortunately, needs everything. Like it had to be. Isn't that the coolest stuff?
It's grape flavor.
Please do not taste the brake parts lubricant. Well, what we've learned today is engine support brackets are very cool because the K-member kind of went back into place super easy with just some simple prying. We've got it all lined up, everything's going back in right now, and we can start putting the control arms back, sway bars, and just like finally buttoning the thing up here. And the transmission's in, we have a few things left to tighten, and we're basically done.
Got bonus brakes.
Brand new brakes.
Sway bar end links.
Sway bar end links. He got a suspension rebuild while we were at it. Oh, this thing got way too much. But, oh well. I guess somebody can have a super nice Aztek. Well, the oil change is in progress, and I think we actually found the oil leak. The sealing surface on the filter was a mess. So I did a lot of cleaning on that. We're ready to put the new oil filter on. The filter was nasty. I think that was probably our leak. And also this oil looked terrible. Like this thing never got any maintenance. It's kind of sad, but we're here to save this Aztek, bring it back to life. And as soon as we get it on the ground here in a minute, I think we'll have a driver. I just need to refill all the fluids and put the airbox and the battery back. It seems like the Aztek job just doesn't end. I just finished the oil fill. O'Reilly Syntec going in this, of course. That's what I put in all the flips. And you know, I keep the Motul for myself. I've got to do the accessory belt still. The battery is restored according to the charger, so that's ready to go back in. I've got one more bell housing bolt up top that I decided to just wait because it's this very back one. It's just really easy to do that one once you're back on the ground. Wheels are back on. With these brand new brakes, I want to bleed the system. So I think we're going to change all the fluid on it. It's going to turn into one very successful camping trip. Also, we're going to do some Ruckus fuel treatment on this one. Throw a full bottle in this. Okay, the Aztek is all back together, buttoned up, new accessory belt in there. Fluids are sort of filled because obviously we need to start it first. So it's time to fire it up for the first time, and hopefully there's no big clanking or anything like that telling us that we have major problems, but I don't think there will be. I think the real problem is going to be finding the key because I didn't put it where it belongs. So now I got to go on a hunt. Key found. Let's do this. First start with maintenance done. A little bit of lifter rattle as it pumped up. Time to reset the change engine oil indicator. ABS light's not on. I think it was on previously. No weird sounds out of the transmission. Get the brakes pumped back up because obviously they were pushed in. Cycle it back and forth from reverse to drive a few times. Time to check the transmission fluid again. First drive around the block in the Aztek. We're just gonna go around the block, try to start getting the brakes working. First gear, second gear, third gear. Seems like the transmission's working. Pretty excited about that. So there's 30, let's stop. So we fixed the fronts, but one of those drums sounds horrible. How do you drive a car like this? That's what I need to know. Like, this is properly gone. This is more damage than you could do in like 50 track days or just destroying a car as hard as you could. But there are cars literally driving around on the roads like this, right beside you. Think about it. And just a few dollars a month, 50 bucks a month in maintenance or something, would have kept this thing pristine. Transmission seems to be shifting perfectly. Awesome news. I do know it's about out of gas, so I don't want to push my luck too much. Gas station needs to be the first stop. I almost wonder if the AC works. Might be asking too much, but we're gonna shoot for it. Something's wrong with the turn signal flasher, I think. Make it another lap. Well, there you have it. We are so much closer on restoring a vehicle that was in its grave already. It had, 2 feet in. Not just 1 foot. Just most of it was in the grave already. But we are slowly bringing this thing back to life. I need to go drive it around more, finish bedding in the brakes, bleed all the fluid. We got to solve that problem. And then, of course, recheck transmission and oil now that we've taken it for a quick test drive. We're making good progress on it, though. I mean, a few 100 more hours, this car will be back. I'm kidding. We're not going to go that crazy on the Aztek, but we're just going to get it cleaned up, take it camping, and it'll move on down the road. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com where you get cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. If there was ever a car I should have kept count of how much money we put into, it's probably this thing, because it's been a lot so far. And it just keeps right on sponging it up. I didn't have the heart to check the AC. We're gonna do that later. It's like, it's gonna be so dirty. And I think we start cleaning the interior, then go after the AC. Lots to do yet.